Today, we're going to show you 21 amazing ways to reduce waste and save money by reusing certain foods that you might be throwing away. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any of our helpful tips. Now, let's get started.
Hey, we're not garbage.
Put us fruit and veggie scraps in the green bin.
Food scraps aren't garbage.
First up, let's talk about vegetable scraps. You know, those peels, stems, and ends that usually end up in the trash. Instead of tossing them out, save these scraps to make a delicious homemade vegetable broth. Just store them in a freezer-safe container, and when you've collected enough, simmer them in water with your favorite herbs and spices for a flavorful zero-waste broth. But that's not all. You can also turn those vegetable scraps into tasty vegetable chips. Just toss them with a little oil, salt, and your favorite seasonings, then bake them until crispy. They're the perfect snack and a great way to use up those leftovers. Don't throw away that stale bread. There are so many creative ways to give it new life. You can make homemade croutons, breadcrumbs, or even a classic bread pudding. By repurposing stale bread, you'll save money and create some tasty dishes in the process. Another great way to use stale bread is by making panzanella, an Italian bread salad. Simply cube the bread, toss it with fresh tomatoes, onions, and herbs, then drizzle with olive oil and vinegar. It's a delicious, waste-free meal.
Thanks to good food, and there's no food waste.
Next up, fruit scraps. If you've got apple peels, citrus rinds, or even pineapple cores, don't toss them. Instead, use these scraps to make flavored water, tea, or homemade vinegar. You'll be amazed at the unique flavors you can create while reducing waste. You can also use fruit scraps to create delicious homemade jams and fruit butters. Simply cook down the scraps with sugar and any desired spices, then blend until smooth. It's a tasty way to use up those leftover bits of fruit. Are you a coffee lover? Don't throw away those used coffee grounds. They can be used as natural fertilizer for your plants, a deodorizer for your fridge, or even as an exfoliating body scrub. Reusing coffee grounds is a simple way to make the most out of your daily brew. Another great use for used coffee grounds is in cooking and baking. Add them to recipes like brownies, cookies, or even a coffee-based dry rub for meats. They can add a rich, earthy flavor to your dishes. After making your favorite egg dish, don't toss those eggshells. Crush them up and use them as a natural calcium supplement for your garden, a non-toxic abrasive cleaner, or even add them to your bird feeder for some extra nutrients for your feathered friends. Eggshells are versatile and eco-friendly. Eggshell powder can also be used as a calcium supplement for you and your pets. Just bake the shells at a low temperature, grind them into a fine powder, and mix with food or drinks as needed. It's a cost-effective and sustainable source of calcium. If you have some leftover wine that's past its prime, don't pour it down the drain. Use it to create a flavorful sauce, marinade, or even freeze it in ice cube trays to use in future recipes. Waste not, want not. Another great use for leftover wine is making wine vinegar. Simply combine the wine with a vinegar starter or some raw vinegar containing the mother, then let it ferment for a few weeks. Homemade vinegar is a fantastic way to use up that extra wine and enhance your recipes. Wilted greens might not be the best for a salad, but they still have plenty of uses. Blend them into a smoothie, cook them into a tasty stir-fry, or even make your own homemade vegetable chips. Don't let those greens go to waste. You can also use wilted greens to create a flavorful pesto. Just blend them with nuts, garlic, cheese, and olive oil for a delicious sauce that can be used on pasta, sandwiches, or as a dip. It's a great way to salvage those less than fresh greens. Do you make your own nut milk? Instead of throwing away the leftover nut pulp, use it in recipes like energy bites, cookies, or even homemade granola. It's a nutritious and delicious way to get more out of your nuts. Nut pulp can also be used as a gluten-free flour substitute. Just dry it out in the oven, then blend it into a fine powder. It's perfect for those with gluten sensitivities and adds a unique, nutty flavor to your baked goods. Don't forget about the herb stems. While they might not be as tender as the leaves, they still pack a punch of flavor. Use them to infuse oils, vinegars, or even toss them into a pot of soup or stew for an extra layer of flavor. You can also use herb stems to create homemade flavored salts. Simply blend the stems with coarse salt, then spread the mixture on a baking sheet to dry. These flavored salts make a wonderful, waste-free gift or addition to your spice rack. Don't pour that pickle juice down the drain. It's packed with flavor and can be used in a variety of ways. Use it as a marinade for meats, a base for salad dressings, or even to pickle more vegetables. Reusing pickle juice is an easy way to add a tangy kick to your dishes. After you've enjoyed a delicious roast or rotisserie chicken, save those bones. Simmer them with water, vegetables, and seasonings to make a rich, homemade bone broth. It's perfect for soups, stews, or even just sipping on its own for a nutrient-dense beverage. When you're peeling potatoes, don't throw away those skins. Toss them with oil, salt, and your favorite seasonings. Then bake until crispy for a delicious waste-free snack. They're like homemade potato chips, but with a nutrient boost from the skin. If you have hard cheese rinds left over, don't toss them out. Add them to a pot of soup or stew for a rich, savory flavor. They'll impart a delicious depth to your dish while preventing waste. Don't throw away any bruised or overripe fruit. Instead, use them in smoothies, jams, pies, or other baked goods. They're still packed with flavor and nutrients, and using them in these ways ensures they don't go to waste. If you use canned chickpeas, don't pour that liquid down the drain. Known as aquafaba, this liquid can be whipped into a foam and used as an egg white substitute in recipes like meringues and macarons. It's an incredible waste-free vegan alternative. And there you have it, food explorers! 21 genius ways to reduce waste and save money by reusing foods you might be throwing away. We hope these tips inspire you to think twice before tossing out those scraps. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments which of these tips you're most excited to try. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more food adventures. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.